hard solder. I flexed the very end of this, and I have my solder on the end of my solder pick, so I'll just bring this up to temperature, place my solder. That's it. We don't want to flood our pattern, we just want to hold our square wire in the cone. I'm using 2.5 wide by 1.5 high half round wire for this one, and I want to go twice around. So what I'm going to do, this is annealed, I'm going to just hold my thumb over this, over the end, and wrap it until the end comes back around. And now I'm going to take my rawhide hammer and hammer it down until it's the correct size. Flip it over. Make sure it doesn't have a taper in it. And now we're going to solder our cone on top. Now I've positioned my cone with the original seam down, so on the off chance that it's a little bit dodgy, you won't see it because it'll be down against the ring. So mix your flux up, put a little bit down in there where the cone touches the ring, and you'll notice I put this sideways so that I can actually see the join as I'm soldering. And I'm going to use hard solder again. You could use easy for this, and I'm using a fairly big piece. It's about 3 mil long. I'm just going to drop it down in there with my tweezers because it's going to be touching at 2 points on this ring. So same old neutral flame. Slowly warm it up because we want to make sure that the flux dries out, the solder stays in place. Keep your solder pick handy so that you can push the solder back where it belongs if it's not cooperating. Now the ring is a lot thicker metal than the cone, so keep the majority of your heat on the ring. Let the flame just kind of brush on the cone. It'll be plenty hot enough. Don't want to melt it. So you can see the flux has gone clear. And the solder flowed. And I can see the 2 points here where the solder flowed onto the ring, so I'm good. At this point we'll pickle it and polish it before we set the pearls. I'm out of the pickle. Look at your solder join, make sure it's good. Hole mark it. Grab your wire and twist it. Give it a good twist. And at this point I'm going to put it in the tumbler to polish it. I don't want to polish it on a wheel because I don't want to take my little checkered marks off. So in the tumbler. So here's the ring all polished up. Now I'm using an 8mm fully drilled pearl. Push it on, make sure it fits. Bend your peg so that it fits in the cone and then I'm using a 6mm half drilled pearl to sit on top. So with your big pearl in, cut this to length. You can just use your side cutters. If you need to re-drill your pearls, you can just hold them in your fingers, drill slowly through. Most of your freshwater pearls have a mother pearl inside, so they're fairly easy to drill. Just watch it when the drill comes through that you don't drill your finger. So check everything for fit before you mix your glue, and this is the way I want it. So I'm going to mix my 2-part epoxy now. I'm just going to put a little bit of epoxy on the peg to start with. Put your big pearl on. Push it down. Once again, check to make sure that it's in the center of your cone, because you won't get much of a chance once the top is on to do that. I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to put just a little bit on the top. And a little bit in my half-drilled pearl. And I just push it down in with the point of my toothpick. So now, put this on, and I'm going to sit it on my bench and sit something on the top so that it holds pressure down against it while the glue sets. So there it is, my finished ice cream cone ring. What do you reckon? Ciao.